Hello, what's up this afternoon? This morning? I guess it's actually morning still, isn't it? And what's up this morning, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all, and happy Lord of the Rings spoiler day to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Apex, and Loki, and Boschwitz, and Nikki Fiend, and Helichrome, and Dude Bro Man Guy, and also Rorik's Venture for the 32nd month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. So today's stream, you probably noticed, a little bit earlier than normal. That is because in 1.5 hours, roughly, 1 p.m. Eastern, we're getting Lord of the Rings stream to show off the new cards from the set. So the plan for today is, we're going to play some Magic. I've been trying to make Ria Ivor work in Standard, so we're going to see if we can make one of the worst cards from Phyrexia work in Standard. And then, at 1, we're going to jump over, watch the stream together, and then I'll probably have to run and make a spoiler video. So that is the plan for today's early stream. Dollar Sigma, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Yeah, we got 2 spoilers so far. I'm curious what y'all think of these cards before we start talking about the deck. So first, we got the ring. The One Ring. My precious indeed. 4 mana indestructible. When it ETBs, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of upkeep, you lose a life for each burden counter on it, and you can tap it to put a burden counter on it and then draw a card for each burden counter. I'm very curious how good this card is. So this set is modern legal. It's legal in modern, it's legal in legacy and vintage, all of those places. Hey, welcome Carlton Bank. Good to see you. What's up, baby? Hey, nice burn deck, by the way. The black burn was really fun. We came to very similar conclusions. You sent me another email talking about adding more lands. That was my conclusion as well. Like go up to like 19-ish lands probably. Although in my league, I didn't have too many mana issues. I was actually surprised I didn't have more of them. So, the One Ring, I feel like this is a good Commander card. I don't think there's any chance it shows up in Modern or anything. But in Commander, if you're a color that has artifact synergies or struggles with card draw, mono white's gotten a lot better, mono red's gotten a lot better, but still in like a mono white or mono red deck, I would consider this 4 mana, get some protection, draw a card right away, and then the next turn it taps to draw 2. Next turn it taps to draw 3. The life does add up, but we've seen with Phyrexia Arena and cards like that, it is totally worth Necropotence. It's totally worth paying life for cards. So, Aspiring Spike said One Ring will be a Karn tutor target. I mean, that's anything. Karn should just be banned. So I guess until Karn gets banned, maybe. But yes, I guess any artifact that does a thing has a chance of being a one of in a Karn sideboard. So that's probably true. Although even then, like it is 4 mana. Maybe if you're playing Tron or something, I don't know if I would play it in. I don't know. Maybe some Karn decks would want it. We also got Gandalf the Grey, and I gotta know if I'm wrong on this. Am I wrong to be very disappointed in this card? Hey, what's up, CC Fagati? Good to see ya. Welcome to the stream. So Gandalf the Grey, 5 mana, 3/4, legendary wizard avatar wizard, says when you cast an instant or sorcery, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Interestingly, this doesn't say until end of turn, right? So my understanding is, if I'm reading this correctly, you only get each one of those abilities once. Is that correct? Like, once you use the tap or untap a permanent, for as long as Gandalf's on the battlefield, you're not going to be able to choose that again, right? Like, you could blink it, I guess. It could die, and you could recast it from the command zone or something. Or it deals 3 damage to each opponent. Copy target instant or sorcery. You can choose new targets. That's probably the most powerful mode. Or put it on the top of your library. So I guess the idea is, like, eventually you use all the modes, then you put it on top of your deck and you cast it again. More relevant in Commander, probably, where you can cheat on the command tax a little bit with that mode. I don't imagine like a Modern deck is going to, I don't imagine Modern deck's going to play this card, period. But if it did, I don't imagine it's going to put it on the top of the deck. So that said, there's apparently 3 Gandalfs in this set. Some of the art makes it look like Gandalf the White might be a Planeswalker. So maybe some of the other Gandalfs are going to be a little bit stronger than Gandalf the Grey. We also got the basics, which I got to say, they're really good. Like, they look really cool. I don't know these places. I've heard of Mordor. I've heard of that one. But really, I don't know these places. I don't care about Lord of the Rings. But the lands look super cool. I would definitely play with these lands. So that's what we've got so far from Lord of the Rings. We got an entire stream coming in an hour and 20 minutes. An hour and 20 minutes, and we'll be talking more about it. Shouldn't we be happy these cards are bad in Modern? mean, yes-ish. Like, I didn't want the set to break Modern. Although at the same time, if none of the cards are Modern playable, it's a little odd, like, why even make it Modern legal other than to try to get that money, I guess. Did you see they previewed Emrakul yesterday? Yes, I did see that. Emrakul is officially coming in Shadows of Innistrad Remastered to Magic Arena. So reminders. I've heard of the Shire and Mordor. Those are the two Lord of the Rings places I know. Replay YouTube, that's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, yesterday we did some black burning in Modern, and the deck was super fun. Killing people with Sleeper Agent is one of the sweetest ways that I've killed someone in Modern in a while. So I was pretty hyped that deck actually sort of worked. I think it can be improved and tweaked around the edges, but when you hear black burn, it worked way better than you would think when you hear that name. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom, and if you need some magical cards, maybe from Lord of the Rings, maybe from Phyrexia, maybe just a fancy Archon of Cruelty, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes, and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, token, t-shirt, claim it, good way to support the stream and the channel, and the site donations always appreciated, never required. $2 or more get your message read on stream. So, how is Ria Ivor going to work? That is a very good question, and we are about to talk about that right now. So, the other day, I was scrolling through cards from Phyrexia, and I was thinking, what cards haven't we played yet? And I was going through it, and we've actually played a decent amount of the rares and mythics from the set in one way or another, and I saw Ria Ivor. And Ria Ivor, that is a card that when it was spoiled, my first reaction was, this is one of the worst cards from the set. Like, yes, it can make a bunch of tokens, but the cost is giving up immediate damage. Is it really going to be worth it? Plus, those tokens are might, so they can't even block, even though the battle cry is nice to pump them. So my goal with this deck was, can I build a deck that makes Ria Ivor good? And I ended up with a deck that I think kind of does, at least good for Ria Ivor. So this is kind of like, in some ways, hey, what's up, Picador? It's kind of, hey, what's up, Giga Carrot Flowers? Early stream today, good to see ya. So it's kind of an against the odds deck for Ria Ivor almost. So how are we trying to make Ria Ivor good? So just so you know what Ria Ivor does, because no one has ever played against this card, it's a 4-mana 3/4 with Battle Cry. So when it attacks, it pumps our other attacking creatures. At the beginning of combat and our turn, the next time target creature would deal damage to one or more players this combat, prevent that damage, and then you make mites equal to the damage that's prevented. So how are we trying to take advantage of this ability? Well, we're kind of an Abzan tokens deck. So synergy number 1 is actually Reckoner Bankbuster. I found one of the best things to do with Ria Ivor is you have a vehicle down, you play Ria Ivor, your opponent doesn't expect an attacker, you crew it up, you hit your opponent, you make a bunch of mites, and the mites also can crew the vehicles, which is a nice synergy. So that's synergy number 1. A more important synergy is Jinnie Fay Jetmir Second. Jinnie Fay is actually like kind of the key card in this deck. Jinnie Fay does a bunch of things, but the biggest thing is it turns our mites into actual creatures, 2/2 cats, 3/1 dogs, but creatures that can attack or block. So this not only works with Ria Ivor to make a very threatening board of real creatures, it also makes Skrelv's Hive a lot better. If we Skrelv's Hive into Jinnie Fay, rather than making a 1/1 that can't block, we're making a 3/1 or a 2/2 with haste every single turn, which is pretty powerful. The other synergies we got, Mondrak, Ria Ivor, double up the tokens that it makes. We can just make so many mites, we can win with the mites. Plus the tokens from Ria Ivor lets us right to Oblivion as a removal spell, and we even get a Rabble Rousing at the top of the curve. So that is the main plan of this deck. Stone Rain Productions, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you. Also, question for you, chat, before we start playing. Maybe you can help me with this deck. So I really wanted to do this deck for Budget Magic. We're due for a Historic Brawl Budget Magic. I really want to make Nira combo work. Like, the idea is so funny. It's Nira Infinite Poison combo, which sounds so cool. So the idea of the combo, if you've never seen it, you have Nira as your commander, and then you only have one creature in the deck, which is Displacer Kitten. If you get them both on the battlefield, you cast a spell, Nira replaces it, Displacer Kitten blinks Nira to reset the once per turn trigger. So essentially, if you cast one spell, you literally get to cast every spell in your entire deck. Like, you play every single spell, and then eventually, as we play every spell, we're gonna hit Prologue to Phyrexia to give our opponent a poison counter, and then we're gonna hit a Inexorable Tide. So as we cast the spells, we proliferate the poison counters and win the game. If that doesn't work, we got Aetherflux Reservoir. The challenge is, The challenge is you only get one other creature, and you have to not play anything that fizzles the combo. So, like, for example, you can't play a counter spell, because if you actually combo and you hit a counter, then you can't cast it, and it's going to fizzle, and then you end all of the stuff you were working on. You can't play Wraths that are going to kill Nira or kill the Displacer Kitten, so there's a very big cost to it. So it's hard to find the Displacer Kitten, and then it's actually challenging to build a deck that doesn't fizzle as you combo, but the reward is hilarious if you can pull it off. What is the budget on Arena? I try to stay to under 15 total rares or mythics. I would ideally be like 10, but it seems cool. The problem is I've played a lot of games with it and I cannot get it to work. I have not actually managed to combo off a single time with it. I have one with a 1,000-Year Storm, which was, 1,000-Year Storm wins are cool, but I haven't actually pulled off the cast your entire deck combo. Are you planning on trying to make an Ovika deck? Could. Add more spell copiers. The biggest challenge is finding both pieces and getting me on the battlefield. Like, that's the issue. Oh, can I remind me after this game and I'll export it? I haven't actually exported it from Arena yet, and I can post the list. The Ria Ivor list is already in the chat. So what's the hype level for Lord of the Rings? Like, is this set gonna be huge? It was interesting. There was like a thing about Gandalf the Grey was trending on Twitter, and I clicked on it, and there was a lot of people that I don't think were Magic players that were talking about it. Lord of the Rings has a big following. Like, this is, I think, going to be something that somewhat breaks outside of the Magic community and is actually a thing more so than some of the, like, yes, we had whatever, Walking Dead. Like, that's kind of a dated, aging IP. We've had some other crossovers that people like that are nostalgic or whatever, but I think that this is the biggest one. Like, Lord of the Rings is an iconic real-world franchise that, even if you don't like it, everyone knows about it, so this might actually be pretty huge. Gandalf does look super bad. Lord of the Rings spoiler stream, 1 Eastern, just over an hour from now. Yeah, I consider polymorph effects for that deck. The challenge is keeping the rares down. The polymorph effects are all rares, and then the ways to make tokens are the good ones are also rares, like Fable or lands that make tokens. So the budget is Gallagher's Ginny Fae's a thing. This deck really makes me like Ginny Fae. Ginny Fae's a cool card. I don't know why no one plays Ginny Fae. I guess it's just not good enough, but Ginny Fae's sweet. Spoiler stream, 1 Eastern time, roughly an hour from now for our spoiler stream. So I think my concern that the Lord of the Rings set was going to... Skrelfsive 2. My concern that the Lord of the Rings set was going to break Modern. The cards we've seen so far makes that seem like it's probably not going to be an issue. That said, I fully expect we're going to get some Modern cards from it. I think it's not going to be a... Oh, is this an Atraxa deck? Uh-oh. It's not going to be a Modern Horizons. It's not going to be a set that just takes over the entire format. On the other hand, I do think it's going to be... There will be cards specifically for Modern, I think, that'll make it in Modern. That's my impression now. Like, I don't think the goal is every card to be good in Modern, like Modern Horizons. I think the goal is to make a flavorful Lord of the Rings set for Commander, and then Wizards will toss in a couple of cards for Modern in the set. That's my impression at this point. 1 Eastern time, a little over an hour from now. We'll jump over to it once it starts and watch it together. All right, how do we want to do this? We gotta expect an Atraxas coming at some point. We can Gala Greeter. We could just Mondrak. That's probably better. Yeah, let's Mondrak. Let's Mondrak make some treasures. I think we actually want the treasures here. So Mondrak makes treasures. We pass the turn, end of turn. We make a token, triggers Gala Greeter. We get a counter. We get life. If we need to, we can sack stuff to make Mondrak indestructible. The question is going to be, if our opponent actually Atraxas, can we stay in the game? That is what I'm worried about. Nisa. That's actually super obnoxious. Okay, new question. If our opponent plays Nissa, can we stay in the game? Oh, they're gonna blow up the wedding announcement. Okay, okay. Sure, that is allowed. Opponent passes, tokens, flips. Oh, now what? So if we play Ginny Faye. Oh, this is, okay. So we play Gala Greeters. Play Gala Greeters. Gain life. Actually, get a counter. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. We're doing everything here. Ginny Faye comes down. We're going to make some treasures, but they're not at... Oh, they're tapped, though, which is a problem. We're going to make treasures that are actually going to be vigilant dogs. Max out the Gala Greeters. Do it all. More dogs, more triggers, and then pass. What do we do about Nissa? This is the Ria Ivor deck. This is the Ria Ivor deck. We just haven't drawn Ria Ivor yet. The One Ring, how good do you think the One Ring is? Oh my goodness. Hey, what's up, Dolphgrim? How are you? Good to see ya. Yeah, early stream today because of spoilers. Also, cat news. Attacking Nissa doesn't do anything here, right? They block. We can't attack at all, really. They just block everything. The question is, do we Skrelv's Hive? Or do we leave up mana to protect Mondrak? I think we leave up the mana. I mean, we have a pretty impressive board for next turn. So cat update. Cat and dog update. CC is probably that I don't know. I'm leaning towards no now. It's a cat and dog update. So the cat has decided to take over the house essentially. So it just comes upstairs and does whatever it wants to. Oh, golly. Huh, we could play that in our deck. So it just comes up, it does whatever it wants to. Bear it'll just like sit right across from Bear and just look at him. It is not intimidated at all. But the new development that cracks me up so much is Bear Snoozlemo. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup to everything. Thank you. So Bear he gets very excited when the cat comes around, and he'll get all excited and he'll go over to it and like start sniffing it, and as soon as the cat will look at him and like take one step towards Bear, and Bear will just jump back like he thinks he's gonna get eaten or something. It's this little tiny cat in a 160-pound Rottweiler, and the cat will like take a step towards it, and Bear will just like jump back and like start whimpering like he's so scared. Like, he does fine. It's not like becoming a problem, but he like has a very healthy fear of this cat, like actually getting him. Yeah. He's just so big. It's so funny. Yeah, Bear is the one that's scared of the cat. He did get the paw once. He was sniffing a little too much, and Cece had enough of it. He was just like fogging around and sniffing. And Cece finally got tired of it and just like smack. Like, and she's got big paws, dude. Just boom, smacked him and then hissed. Yeah, something like that. So maybe I didn't hurt him, I don't think. It didn't cut him or anything, but maybe that's why he's scared. Is the cat making like cats more? I don't understand cats. Cats are confusing. Dogs are easy. Dogs make sense to me. Cats, on the other hand, cats I do not understand. Oh, this is gonna wreck us. Pony has so much mana. Well, play a Skrelv's Hive. Play another Skrelv's Hive. Oh, we don't have a way to have a creature come into play, which is awkward. Play a Bank Buster. And pass the turn. This Nissa. Why do people not play Nissa? Nissa's ridiculous. Where did CC come from for the name? Oh, there's a Troxa too. It's for Couch Cat. The cat snuck in and lived in the couch for a few days before I realized it. So CC stands for cat. Oh, that's a farewell. Yeah, we might just scoop this one. Cats are moody. Cats are like so much like Bear just always wants to be with me. If he needs something, he's gonna paw me until I get it for him. Cece, like, will disappear for days. Like, it'll be a day or two that I don't even see her, and then she'll come back like nothing happened. She's been hiding somewhere. Like, it's so much different than a dog. How about it? I'm gonna blow up a Skrelv. I mean, opponent only drew 2, but they drew 2 really good cards that I don't think we can beat. And this Nissa is just going off. Well, I mean, maybe we can top deck something. So we make a Might, which is actually a Hasty Cat, which triggers the Gala Greeters, which are going to make Treasures, which are actually going to be Hasty Cats. And we grow the Gala Greeters, and we gain some life. Hasty... I mean, we're making a big board. We're making a big board. Can we use it to win the game? Trigger, trigger, trigger. Hasty Cats. Trigger. They're still tapped. Oh, okay. Draw a card. It's nothing. Play the land. I don't know for sure if the cat's pregnant or not. I thought that was a concern because a lot of people thought that its actions of like coming into the house and finding a place to hide or whatever is something a pregnant cat would do. Yeah, I think we're done. Like, I mean, our deck is doing its thing. Our opponent's deck is just also doing their thing, and their thing, I think, is going to beat our thing, especially since if we ever start making any traction, they can just fare well, and we cannot recover, and they can. Like, so I think this game's just over. Like, they can double memory deluge. Yeah, you know what? Let's just go to game 2. There's no way we can get out from this. Can you check out my last highlighted message? Ooh, let me see if I can find it, $signs. Hey Seth, I'm the one who sent you the Modern Hydra list a while back. Still been working on it, but still runs out of gas quick if you want to have a look. Hey, thank you, $signs. I mean, Modern Hydras is such a cool idea. Let me take a look. Yeah, I do love Unbound Flourishing when it's not bugged on Moto. What about more card draw? What about more card draw, maybe? That would be what I would wonder. I mean, from a competitive perspective, maybe more Great Henges, but also it would be funny to play like Rishkar's Expertise or something. There are just like draw a ton of card effects that you could play in green now. That looks fun. We'll have to revisit Hydras at some point. What do we do about Atraxa? I mean, I guess it's Stonebrain. If we're gonna put the Stonebrains in the sideboard, I think the reason is so we can deal with Atraxas. What do we cut is the other question. How do we make room? So Rabble Rousing gets sniped by Nissa, so we're going to go down that. We can go down to Mondrak. This is a matchup where Ria Ivor can make so many... Like, if we have Ria Ivor on time, it can be so good. So going on one Mondrak. Oh, we got to keep the Bank Busters. Maybe it's Gala Greeters, even though Gala Greeters kind of went off last game. How about something like that? Couple Greeters and a Skrelv. Yeah, Green Sun's Twilight seems a little sketchy. I think the arrows, I haven't explored this yet, but I believe that's how you can pick the version. Well, not the fastest hand I've ever seen, but we got Ginny Faye. We got Mondrak. No Ria again. Is there any chance you'll do more Moto budget content, like budget based around ticks? I'm sure I will at some point, Jim. What would a good budget for ticks be for you? So I think the challenge is, if you do it based on paper, but also try to keep it cheap on Magic Online, it applies to a lot of people. Magic Online, if you focus too heavily on that and you have a deck, what I try to avoid basically is decks that are cheap on Moto, but like hundreds of dollars in paper, because then it just doesn't feel budget to all the paper players, which is awkward. McIntyre, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank ya. Ickermoon Pilgrim Extra Turns. Ooh. That is a spicy Nykthos deck theory. Definitely spicy. I don't know about the Delver. Not many spells. I would probably not play Delver. 11 ways to flip it. It's just gonna be a 1/1 too much, but otherwise, the plan is cool. Get enough planeswalkers and take all the turns. I like the plan. Any chance 12 ticks so it's free? Yeah, I think 12 is the best, because then you can use the rental programs to not pay any money. Yeah, I'll try to mix in some more. What would I swap Delver for? Probably maybe a counter spell of some kind. Mother Frogger, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super chat for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank ya. Well, Lango. Double Jenny Faye no token production is a little awkward. Opponent, Reckoner Bankbuster. Yeah. Well, play a land. Jenny Faye, go. Yeah, Spell Pierce would be a good option. Ledger Shredder would be fine. Thassa's Oracle? Ugh, wedding announcement, eh? Oh no! The drawback of playing a Jenny Faye deck is sometimes you draw a lot of them and they don't do anything. Yeah, this is kind of like a Mulda Oblivion now. Oh boy, yeah, this is not looking good. Where's that Ria Ivors? Where's that Ria Ivors? I'll run out Mondrak, hope it lives. Hope for a miracle. About it. Thinking. Passing. Maybe not in. Alright, makes a token, passes. We draw even more lands. This is so not... This is such a not good draw. Well, here we come. Attack, attack. We have two very synergy-based cards, but nothing to do with them. No synergies to be found. About it, man. Marie Deluge. Gonna draw some cards. Beseju's tough. Like, getting rid of the wedding announcement would be nice, but ramping our opponent into Atraxa seems risky. Opponent. Gonna go attacking. Yeah, we just didn't draw any token producers. Well, opponent. Oh my god, it's even more lands. Well, flips the wedding announcement, draws a card. We draw even more lands. Well, play the land, play the Jenny Faye, pass the turn. Hey Seth, I made a deck around Fateful Handoff. Can you look it up if I post a link here? Should I add it? Yeah, if you post a link, I'd love to see it. Do I know any non-English languages? Do I even know English? That's a better question. That is the real question. I'll play a Mirix, play a Skrelv's Hive. Fast the turn. I do not. I wish I did. I think it'd be sweet to know other languages, but opponent. What would be the best language to learn? Let's say I wanted to actually try to learn another language. Oh, geez. Well, this is looking pretty over. Mirix. Boom. 2/2. How do you beat that, opponent? Well, we're going to draw one more card and see if it's Eternal Wanderer. And then we're going to try another game, because apparently we can't beat this pile of value. We get to make a 2/2. It is a Fateful Absence, which just doesn't, man, wow, that was not even close. Well, we had pretty clunky draws, I will say. Fake Gift, eh? Let's see this Fateful Handoff deck. I mean, it definitely looks funny. The idea is really cool. So here's the thing. So actually, Archfiend of Dross is coming up for tomorrow's Against the Odds. So I've been thinking about Archfiend of Dross. One of the big issues I've run into with Archfiend, in the plan of giving it to the opponent, is it just kills the opponent before, like, either it gets killed or it kills the opponent with combat damage before you actually get the Fateful Handoff win. So without like additional help, that's been my experience, is it's actually very difficult to have Archfiend stay out for 4 turns and then give it to your opponent. Either they kill it with removal to stay alive, or it kills your opponent with flying beatdown damage. The idea is definitely fun though. But yeah, that's basically the issue. Like, it actually is too good to be a good donation target in some ways. 7 Perix, welcome to the Fishbowl. Hey, Ria Ivor. Well, we're gonna try it. We gotta hit a land, but we're gonna try it. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Playing blue black proliferate control, but turn my LGS. Any tips for mono blue? I mean, kill the. Play the dresses, kill the few threats that they have, I think, is probably the best advice. Hey, what's up, Doug? How are you? Already working on a Gandalf deck. Wait, so what language should I be learning? Phyrexia. I'm not gonna learn Phyrexian. That sounds like a lot of work for a very small payoff. German is comparable to English. Okay, that would make it easier. Oh, is that true? Whenever I hear someone speak German, it sounds very difficult. Like, it sounds... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, we got 25 lands. About it. Yeah, my ghost. Oh, boy. Storm Chaser Drake. Oh, this matchup. Oh, dear. So far, Ria Ivor has not proven its worth. It has not proven it's any better than my initial thought of it being the worst card from the set. We did hit a land, though. That's something. I don't know if it's enough of something, since our opponent's playing Storm Chaser Drake combo. You speak German, so you can confirm it's easy. And Lord of the Rings string, yes, about 53 minutes, 1 Eastern time. About it, getting in with the Storm Chaser Drake. And passes. Well, we'll play a Gala Greeters. Miss our land drops, sadly, with a bunch of sweet 4-drops in hand. No attacks, pass the turn, wedding announcement. The upside of German is half of Germans don't know German. An opponent gonna start drawing cards. Startle? Really? Really? Want that decay zombie, eh? Sure. Well, we'll make a treasure token, so maybe someday we will cast a spell. How good or bad are the Jumpstart rares from Phyrexia? Ooh. Where can I find them? I think they're all... Alright, opponent finds more startles, draws more cards. I've never seen anyone play any of them. I would say, like, they're better than old intro pack rares. They actually have abilities that do things that... Boy. They actually have abilities that do things... Yeah, Yep. Sure, you did it, Ivy. They actually have abilities that do things, so they're more fun than old intro pack rares. But as far as actually being playable, they're all not quite there, I would say. Like, a little bit overcosted, little bit underpowered, even though, like, you could play them if you wanted to. I think Kinzu is the most interesting. It's essentially 1 more mana for Nightmare Shepherd, and Nightmare Shepherd was a card that actually did some things during its era. It is one more mana, though. That is a drawback. You got to pay life for it, which is a drawback. But I could see Kinzu being part of a combo or something. I could see there being synergies for it. All right, so, well, all the cheap removal in. Go down, Rabble Rousing. Go down, a Bank Buster. And then I guess we're just going to trim on each of the legends. Like, our expensive stuff's just going to get countered against this deck anyway. So we just got to be able to keep the threats off the battlefield. Really, the white ones? I've never seen the white one in play. 4-2 is just not very good stats. Are any of the Jumpstart rares against the odds worthy? They're just not very... I mean, they're more interesting than some of the past similar cards, but they aren't... What? Wow. Okay. Duress actually hard whiffs, which is very unfortunate. Opponent gonna run out of Delver. Well, that's not a land. That's also very unfortunate. Golly Greeters. Come on, can we avoid the double mana screw? Opponent. Really? This is how it's gonna be, Magic Gods. This is how it's gonna be, Magic Gods. Top card flips a Delver. We whiff on lands, and we will go to game match number 3. Ria Ivor. Ria Ivor hasn't done it so far. I swear we should be doing slightly better than this. He said I was inspired to build a standard Koth deck. Decided to build an Explorer version. Ooh, best of one Explorer Koth, eh? I have not tried Koth and Explorer. That looks sweet. I mean, it works well with all the proliferate synergies. I think that is the most powerful thing to do. That looks fun. Lots of Chandras. I mean, game 1 we just didn't draw Ria Ivor. Game 2 we got double mana screwed against a jank amount matchup. Sometimes you run into the person that's zagging when everyone else is zigging, and it's rough. About it. Well, play a land. Play a Bank Buster. Not countered. Okay. Appreciate all the content on Twitter. Makes me having an easier time on MTG. As someone with not much experience, just saying that I copied the Ria Ivor list and I'm having a blast. Awesome! I'm glad it's working for you. I'm glad someone's getting this sweet Ria Ivor value. I think we just gotta draw a card here. Think we gotta draw a card to make sure we hit our land drops so we can actually do things next turn. What about the Innistrad cards in Historic? Let me see if I can pull up the list. They posted the whole list yesterday. We should probably look at it. I feel like we saw most of the big ones, but we'll take a look at it after this game. Well, draw with Bank Buster. Not a land. Also, oh, come on, Magic Gods. This is getting ridiculous. Deck. Well, we will bemoan the fact that we don't have any lands near the top of our deck. We're actually at 25 lands too, to make sure that we will hit our land drops. So yeah, I mean that is how the game of Magic goes. Like, but this one is probably just over at this point. Like, I don't think we can come back from this position. That's also not a land. How about this? Is this a land? Even if it is, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, we hit a land. However, it's just, we missed so many land drops to get to this point. We're so incredibly far behind. We'll give it a go, but I'm not hopeful at this point. The one and only Kim. Hive doesn't do anything though. Welcome to the. It makes tokens that can't block. Hive isn't gonna do like literally anything. Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Opponent finds a Shieldred. Yeah, and goes attacking. Sure. Hits us to 8. Well, I mean, we'll attempt to kill a Shieldred, although, again, this, we're just way too far behind. Oh boy, not a landing. Jeez. Well, all right, on to game number 2. This is why I'm 27 lands on Arena. But mathematically, it's the right number. Like that's the challenge. Like mathematically with 25 lands, this is where the hypergeometric calculator comes in. With 25 lands, so you got a population of 60. We have 25 lands in the deck, 7. So you'll draw 1 lander 10% of the time. You'll draw a 0 lander. Oh, basically 2 out of every 100 times. 2 land opening hand, 25%. 3 land opening hand, so that's the most common. Like, basically, most commonly you're going to draw 3 lands, and then you have an equal chance of drawing, almost equal chance of drawing 2 or 4. But if you actually go to like the position we were in there, where we went like 14 cards deep, our odds of being more than 3 cards, like, it should always happen. Like, the odds of it not happening in 14 cards is like pretty low. So, I mean, it's magic. It's the variance of magic. I'm assuming that's an arena bug. I don't know why all the sideboard cards are saying new. But I think probably just an arena bug. Well, let's trim a couple Gala greeters. We gotta actually get a Ria Ivor at some point. One of these days, it's gonna happen. Yeah, let's try something like this. Bree! Welcome to the fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why that bug's happening. Well, okay. Here we go again. I mean, as long as we don't get to rest, we got the Bank Buster to try to hit our land drops. It's been so long since I played 60 card Constructor, but I threw together a standard mono red budget deck yesterday. Had a blast spreading opponents down. That sounds sweet. Whoa. That's a land. That's a land off the top. Magic might actually get played. What is happening? Opponent. Solve for his Sprigs. Oh, they're just gonna kill the Bank Buster. Alright, well, that's bad. Blows up the Bank Buster. Well, we'll play a Shattered Sanctum past the turn. Well, play Mirix, and I guess pass the turn. Yeah, I don't know if Bushwhack. I think if you had Bushwhack, you gotta cut lands. I don't think Bushwhack's very good, like, in this deck. I think you need a bunch of big creatures to really make Bushwhack good. Oh, God. Okay, well, here comes the Mighty Mites. We will, again, miss land drop. Yeah, Mono Red is, in best of one, probably one of the best budget decks, for sure. Or free-to-play decks or whatever. Wow, they're gonna Infernal Grasp the Might. Okay. I should have a call soon about my temp agency, about a job I'm excited about last stream. I'll see what's up soon. Hey, good luck. Good luck, Magikarp. Hopefully this is the one. All right, let's kill the Shieldred. Can we draw land? Is it possible? Could it happen? Yes. So we've only missed one land drop. What do you think will happen when Phyrexia invades Middle-earth? I assume the Fortnite guy probably saves the day. I made a skeleton I think may help Archfiend work. How do I share it? You can just put a link in the chat if you want to. A link works well. Well, go to combat, get in with the might. So we hit our lands. Our opponent's got counter mana up. Opponent. Going to kill the token. Well, let's play Jenny Faye. See what our opponent does. Lord of the Rings is in about 40 minutes, the preview stream. So not too long, we're almost there. Opponent, go for the throat, and gets to draw a card. Yeah. I mean, I think our opponent's gonna waste removal on the mites, and it might work out for him the way it's heading. Opponent, they get a Reckoner Bankbuster. Ria Ivor, but not a good position for Ria Ivor. What do we do? Yeah, Ria with no creature on the battlefield is pretty bad. Opponents get to draw cards every turn. Well, I mean, we're gonna play Eternal Wanderer. It's probably getting countered, but what can we do? Opponent. At least if they counter it, they're not drawing a card this turn. All right, opponent does have a counter. I already made a deck for Gandalf and have a video coming out soon. Whoo, you are... Yeah, Rabble Rousing on an empty board also doesn't do anything. It's kind of actively bad on an empty board. Well, how about a Skrelv Scythe? And... pass the turn and make a might? What do you think of Gandalf, Doug? Is it as disappointing as it seemed to me at first glance? When I first saw it, my initial reaction was just like, wow, that card is so underpowered. All right, invoke Despair. Eats our board. Plays a swamp. Wow, this has been a nightmare for Ria Ivor. It has literally been a nightmare. Hey Seth, love the content as always. Sorry if you answered this. Are you attending MagicCon Minneapolis? Did you see the command zone is free and larger? I did see the command zone thing, which is awesome. That was a huge upgrade from Wizards. So that is something I'm definitely excited about. I guess we're just doing the might thing still. Get in, hit ya. Boom, take one opponent down to 15. As far as actually going to Minneapolis, that I'm not sure. I think that is the one I'm most likely to not go to out of all of the Magic Cons in the US this year. There's some chance that I do, but it's not currently on my schedule. Sure. Why not, opponent? Why not? Capricious Outraiser. Well, they only get a removal spell, so I guess it could be worse. They're gonna try to kill the Gala Greeters. We're gonna make a token. And make a treasure token. Yeah, we're getting... Maybe this deck just isn't grindy enough. Maybe there's not enough grind. Maybe Ria Ivor really is just the worst card from the set. Maybe we tried our best and it's just not good enough. Today is the Lord of the Rings spoiler stream day. Well, I mean, I guess we play Ginny Faye. Drop to 11. These pain lands are adding up. So we can't attack. Well, all right, make a might. Which will actually be... See, I mean, there's some synergy. That's a 2-2. That is Murex making a 2-2. Rabble Rousing just doesn't do anything here. Like, we play Rabble Rousing, chump attack to get 2 tokens, so we essentially pay 5 mana. You would have guessed, but doesn't it not do anything? Like, we have 2 creatures, so we Rabble Rousing, we attack, our opponent eats both creatures, and we get 2 other creatures. I don't feel like that actually puts us... Jesus. Wow! Gix's command. His cardboard life stopped being updated. That's true, the tokens do upgrade, but is that better than actually adding to the board? I feel like we need to add something to the board. How about Innistrad? Oh, let me see. We can look at the Innistrad thing. I don't think there was much. Like so there's the special sheet in the Innistrad set that is adding cards that are not from Shadows over Innistrad to Arena, and they're going to show up in limited on certain weeks. So they're mostly, I think they might all be cards from original Innistrad. We saw the big ones like Snapcaster, Grizzlebrand. Those are impactful cards. Out of the cards that they announced yesterday that we didn't know about, like, people play Bloodline Keeper in their Brawl vampire decks or something, but in 2023 it's not really a 60 card playable card. It saw a little play in Standard during its era. Diregraph Captain and Drogskull Captain, those might actually do something. Like, Drogskull Captain is a modern playable spirits card. Diregraph Captain never really made it in Constructed, but it works with zombie combos. You get the Blood Artist effect. So I think these cards in historic tribal decks will probably show up. They're powerful enough, especially Drogskull Captain. Giving all your spirits hexproof is really, really good. Immerwolf maybe too, I guess, in the same, like, if you're playing historic werewolves, you would probably throw it in. It's kind of like okay rather than great. Same with Marivavabrock. This is a card that you used to see playing humans, actually, as a 2-mana human lord. So maybe like Coco humans in historical play. Moonmist is fun. Although it's definitely more of like an against odds card. Like, it's funny to flip all your stuff at once, but I don't think it's ever really shown up in competitive decks. Wormman, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big thank you. Blackburn Staple, bump in the night. Yeah, I'm super excited for new Magic cards. Blackburn Staple, bump in the night. So if you're playing Blackburn, like, it's good. We already got Faithless Looting. Forbidden Alchemy used to be good. Gnawed of the Bone is relevant for graveyard decks. Like, this is something that sees playing like Dredge style decks. So if you're playing an aggressive self-mill deck, this can kind of be an aggro deck by itself. You just gain like 20 life or something. You mill it in your graveyard, flash it back, gain like 20 life. So that's definitely relevant. Lingering Souls, that was one that we saw before. I think this has a shot. This has a shot to show up in token decks. It's kind of fizzled in Modern. It used to be a Modern All-Star. Past in Flames, I don't know if we got the pieces. I mean, maybe Historic does have the pieces to make an actual Storm deck work. The problem with Past in Flames is there's no rituals, right? Are there any rituals in Historic? There's Storm cards. There's cost reduction effects. Am I missing a ritual? I feel like there's no rituals though. So the traditional Storm plan of like ritual, Past in Flame, ritual, Grape Shot you, like, it just doesn't work. Spider Spawning, limited icon, could be fun to play in like a against the odds deck or a budget deck. Another payoff for like aggressively self-milling, although there might be better payoffs now. Unburial Rites we already had on the client. What about out here? Morbid and Macabre. Falconwrath Aristocrat, OG, like this is where the name Aristocrat comes from, actually, for the Aristocrat deck. Goes back to the original Falconwrath Aristocrat build. Seance, the meme actually comes. Seance is not bad. Like we played Seance in Modern before, and it actually leads to like some funny decks. So I could definitely see building like Against the Odds Seance. It's not, I don't think it's going to be a competitive card, but Shepherd Occultist actually has some like combo payoffs. Whenever another creature dies, you mill for 1. So if you can have an infinite like Ashnod's Altar Gravecrawler style loop, this can be a finisher. So that actually could have like limited implications. Zealous Conscripts is a sweet card. Can be a combo piece with like Kiki Jiki effects. You just keep copying it and using it to untap the Kiki Jiki. Can also just be like sweet value to steal like some big planeswalker or something. I love Zealous Conscripts. Zealous Conscripts is just such a cool card. Young Wolf relevant for Yogg combos. I think I don't think it'll see play fairly, but it does maybe make something similar to Modern Yawgmoth a historic deck. Anything else? Avacyn's Pilgrim, like an extra mana dork for humans, maybe, that could see play. Brimstone Volley, I wonder if Brimstone Volley can make it. 5 damage for 3 instant speed isn't bad if you can turn on Morbid. Ooh, oh, I miss Geist. Geist! What do you think about Geist? Can Geist be good? I think people will definitely try Geist. Geist at one point was like one of the best cards in Magic. Like, hexproof, making the 4/4. This was a legit staple of its era. It's so hard to deal with. Like, if your opponent plays the tempo game, it was mostly played in tempo decks, where it's like you play your Geist and you just kill the blocker and attack and hit for 6, and then you bounce the blocker and attack and hit for 6, and you just like tempo your opponent out of the game. I'm hyped for Huntmaster. Also, oh my god, Invisible Stalker. Maybe the most annoying card in the history of Magic. Invisible stuff. It's so funny. The random little uncommon, but this card is so incredibly obnoxious. Like, hexproof and can't be blocked is so annoying to play against. There might be Boggles decks. I would actually be surprised if there's not some sort of Ors or Boggle deck that tries it. Sigarda actually is kind of brutal too. I don't know if it's still, I wonder if this is still good. Flying hexproof. You can't sacrifice stuff. Another card that's just ridiculously hard to kill. Tragic Slip, yeah, that could have some removal relevance. Maybe in like Caliban Sacrifice. Especially if there's like indestructible things you need to get rid of, then it's probably better than Fatal Push. Spoilers in a half hour. We are a half hour away, which means we have a half hour. I'm actually like way more excited for Shadows over Innistrad Remastered now that we know about these bonus sheets. I think the bonus sheets are huge. Like that really changes. I was excited for it anyway, but seeing all these cards from original Innistrad end up on the client, that makes it so much better. Well, we were having land troubles earlier. This hand does not have that. There's all the lands that we haven't been able to draw in our other matches. Okay, to 5 we go. We have had some rough running with this deck. Another deck list I made for Dross. Change the lands as you please. Oh, opponent's going Toxic too. Oh no. Mull to 5 against Toxic might be a problem about it. Slaughter Stinger. Getting and hitting us. Sure, Gallagrators. Gallagrators go. Wait, is Ria Ivor the new Flump? I feel like we're getting to the Flump stage here. We're getting to the Flump stage where it just literally cannot win a game. I didn't think anything would ever top Flump. I didn't think it was possible for anything to top Flump, but it might actually be happening. Ria Ivor. Is there a way to suggest content creators is guest for Commander Clash? probably the best way is just to tell me. So we mostly do guests at this point. We did a guest season. Hey, what's up, Wenzo? How are you? Yeah, that's kind of the hope, is Ria Ivor crews, and then it targets it, and then it attacks and makes a million mites. But we're a little bit far behind the 8 ball here already. Well, let's see if our opponent blocks. That is some synergy. Get in with the Reckoner Bankbuster. Hey, what's up, Rifatox? How are you? Good to see ya. So we get to make some tokens. We get to trigger our Galagreeters a bunch of times. We make a treasure. We gain some life. That wasn't bad. And now next turn, Ria Ivor can pump all the mites. Better if we have Ginny Fae to make them real creatures. The problem is 1, 2, 3, 4. We're taking at least 4 poison here, and I don't think we can just win on the backswing. So that's going to be the issue. Like, we got a pretty sweet board, but we're kind of just dying to Toxic. About it. Goes to combat. I would love to see the nitpicking nerds on Commander Clash. Ooh, that could be fun. All right, we're getting super poisoned. We can deal a lot of damage here, but not lethal. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Big draw. Another Ria Ivor. That's not the big draw we needed. Okay, is there anything we can do? If we attack, we hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. 15's not enough. Is there a way we can block our way through it? Oh, play Skrelv's Hive. I guess we just gotta pass? This doesn't feel good, but maybe we can... But maybe we can block and survive. Gonna be tough. Well, get in with a mite. Make a mite. Come on, deck. Come on. Well, we will put a counter on Galagreeter. Pass the turn. Play some D. Please don't proliferate us. Opponent gonna give the team lifelink. Yeah, mites are pretty horrible. If you have Ginny Fae to make them into real creatures, I mean, we can also use them to crew vehicles, which is something. Like, that's an actual legit upside. So there are synergies to try to improve them. Opponent. Oh, God. And Eccentric. Okay. Oh, okay. That's very unfortunate. Draw with Bankbuster. It's a Galagreeters. Opponent. Pumps the Crawling Chorus. And Skrelv's Hexproof from black. This doesn't work though, does it? Like, can't we block our way out of this? Am I missing something? Block here, block here. We lose our Ria Ivor, but... Oh, does our opponent have a protection spell? Alright, Tivers stand to keep their team alive. We make a sad mite. We put a counter on Galagreeter. Oh! Yeah, we're dead, right? Now we're dead. So many mites for nothing. I mean, that was a mold of 5. We almost got there on the mold of 5. So close. Oh, we were so close. Oh, all right. Bring in a little more removal. Trim. Hey, Hyzen! Thank you for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We made tokens. We got toxic, but we made tokens. I'm surprised White Suns doesn't make more play. Doesn't see more play. Why not attack with the mites? You likely could have poisoned. I don't think we had a window to actually do anything with them, right? We need to have them to crew the Bank Buster to be able to stay alive, but our opponent drew the answer. Hey, thank you, Heisen. Hopefully you had a great stream. All right, we'll try this. This is a semi-functional Hand of Magic cards. Wedding Announcement into Mondrak. No Ria Ivor, but I missed a donation. Really? There was a donation? Wait, did I really miss a donation? Well, if I missed a donation, I apologize. I didn't hear a donation. Opponent. Oh, I see. V House had some bids. I have to say, thank you, V House. I have to say that the deck I'm most hyped for is March of the Machines. I started around Scares of Mirrodin, and I got the Phyrexian Swarm. The Phyrexian Swarm intro deck is my first deck. To see the end maybe of the Phyrexian storyline is super cool. I'm also worried that the story will take us from there with... I'm also worried where the story will take us from there with two main baddies gone. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what the future holds for sure. I mean, I like Mirrodin as well because I started with the original OG Mirrodin. All right, opponent's going off. Getting in with the Duelist. Double poison. Ginny Faye. Ooh, so we can Ginny Faye. We could also double removal. That's probably better. So play the land. Yeah, I think we just got a double removal. Sheoldred's Edict. Sack a non-token creature. What are we losing, opponent? What are we losing? Sacks the Duelist. Well, right. Actually, I guess we attack first. Actually, no, there's a Bloated Contaminator. I don't know what I'm thinking. All right, Rite of Oblivion, sack the token. All right, two threats dealt with. How excited are you for Sir now that Big E has been spoiled? I'm so confused, Corbity. I don't know what those words mean. I don't know what any of those words mean. I'll play the land. Play the Mondrak. Oh, we're taking a lot of poison here, though. Double the tokens flip. The Skrelv lets our opponent swing past. Are we dead? Malira. Okay. That is an odd choice in a toxic deck. All right, Bloated Contaminator. Goes to combat. Yeah, Skrelv's a good card. It's a good card. Hits us. Yeah, I guess they saw the mites and figured it was a poison deck, but it's not really. Nami, my little puppy, just doesn't stop destroying everything she sees. She's so naughty. I know the feeling. I mean, this is our only shot. Like, if our opponent has a protection spell, though, we lose. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, this is it. This is the last chance. This is Ria's last chance, and then it goes down in the history of the stream as alongside Flumph and Mono Blue Mill as being the worst decks in the history, the history of the stream. Can Ria Ivor avoid the infamy? The stream is going to be in about 15 minutes, so yeah, Typersand's really good. Protection and pumping is very good. Sir is a set symbol for Shadows of... Really? What? Shadows... Where's the I come from? Oh, I guess Shadows Innistrad Remastered? They're just skipping the over? No! Okay, and one lander. We will mulligan that into Oblivion. All right. Removal to the bottom. We're all in on the combos. Play the land past the turn. What would you do with Ria Ivor and Commander? No, Mono Blue Mill is... Oh, come on now. This is one of those anything that can go wrong will go wrong kind of decks at the moment. On the mulligan, main deck to rest for some reason. About it. Plays a land. Well, we will play a land. We'll play a Jinnie Fae. We'll make a treasure token, which will actually be a 3/1, which will trigger Gala Greeters to get a counter. Look at the synergies. Hit you to 18. Okay. The synergies stacking up. About it. Plays a Haunted Ridge. And what? Obnixilis. Wow. Okay. Sure.
I don't need respect.
Takes down to make a devil. Oh, I wish we had one more mana. I wish we actually had the treasure. Opponent. Going to block. Sure. Well, I mean, Rabble Rousing could hopefully come down next turn. See if we have a board left. It would be sweet with the Jinnie Fae out. It would be very sweet. Mount at land. Takes up a very sad Obnixilis down to 16. About it. Passing. Well, there's the lands. Land. Rabble Rousing. Gonna hide something away. Well, that's a lot of action. Well, put the Ria, I guess. Yeah, you know what? Let's send them both at Ob. I think we need to get that off the battlefield. Rabble Rousing triggers. Make a 3/1. Trigger. Look at the synergies. That triggers Gala Greeters, which is actually going to make another 3/1. And this is like, you can see the cool things that can do. You can actually see the cool synergies. Like, this is actually kind of impressive. Look at all the dogs. Look at all the good boys. And opponent scoops it up. Hey, that's a win. That's a win. So, chat, what should I be expecting? What should I be expecting in Lord of the Rings? How much of a Lord of the Rings expert do I need to be to appreciate this set? I mean, we did have a Ria hidden under the Rabble Rousing. I'm just saying. I mean, that's all Lord of the Rings is about, right? Just walking and then walking and then walking some more. That's kind of it. That's kind of all it does. Start watching. No, I can't make it through them. Even if I tried, it's not possible. Can anyone do that? Has anyone actually sat through all those movies? I don't think it's true. It's like pineapple on pizza. Like, I don't think people actually enjoy it. They just say they do. I don't know if anyone's actually sat through the Lord of the Rings movies. Every year? Oh my goodness, that's commitment. Is it the director's cut? How long is the director's cut? I imagine the actual movies isn't it like 12 hours to get through the 3 movies? The director's cut has to be literally infinity. I'm gonna look it up. How many hours is the Lord of the Rings trilogy? $11.2 hours. Okay, extended version. The extended version adds another 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's a lot of hours. That is literally like half a day. That's half a day. That's half of an entire day. Oh, there, yeah, if you had them, like, one going on each monitor and watched them all at once, I don't know how enjoyable that would be, but that would definitely speed up the process. There's no doubt about that. Golly readers. Oh, the spoiler stream's in about 10 minutes. Bone it. Yeah, it's in with Underdog. Let's see if they... Remember when Ob Nixilis was going to be, like, the most busted card? Remember when everyone was, like, seriously thinking that was going to be one of the... Like, a broken card? Like, a problematic, over-the-top, absurdly good card? And that kind of never happened. Make a treasure. Pass the turn. Opponent gets to do Fable stuff. I mean, I have sat through... I've told this story before. The main reason I don't like Lord of the Rings is... Opponent gonna go attacking. Is a long time ago, I was going to... opponent attacks and attacks. A long time ago, I was dating someone who loved the movies. So she made me sit through it several times, and it just killed it for me. Like, having to sit through Lord of the Rings probably like 2 or 3 times, it was just too much. It was too much. It's so slow. It's so tedious. We got a new donation from Dan Wildfire. You underestimate Geek Seth. I have listened to all the Wheel of Time's audiobooks 4 times. That's 19 days in 5 hours total. Wow, that is impressive. That is actually just straight up impressive. Well, that's Mondrag. Make some treasures. Mondrag's pretty good here. So, Mondrag, double tap treasure. And then we pass the turn. Where's our Ria Ivor? If we draw Ria Ivor, this could be its chance to shine. Token. Triggers Golly Readers twice. Counter. And also life. And pass the turn. Opponent gonna do Fable of the Mirror Breaker shenanigans. Maybe I gotta give it another shot. Maybe we gotta do a community watching party. Okay, so chat, let's say we did a watch party where we could watch Lord of the Rings together. Would you come watch? Knowing how I feel, me and Krim do not like Lord of the Rings. Tomer loves Lord of the Rings. Absolutely loves it. Oh, opponent, this isn't gonna work the way you want. So, spend the life. Pay the 1. Sack and sack. Mondrag, indestructible. Block. Block, block. Take our beats down to 8. Will it be enough? Opponent has many treasures because Fable the Mirror Breaker is really strong. Opponent looking at their treasures. Looking at... Oh, that's Ob Nixilis, isn't it? It is. Opponent. Double Ob Nixilis. This could be an issue. This could be an issue. Makes a devil.
My goons will make quick work of you.
Well, we'll take our beats.
And you'll lose everything.
Now what? Gala greeters. Make treasures. Rite of Oblivion. Snipe the devil. Attack Ob Nixilis. Opponent lets it go. Okay. Only one Obnex. We get to flip. We get the token. We get a bunch of triggers. We get to get a count. Okay, we should be good. We should be good. We gain life. Counter. Life. Pass the turn. Opponent flips the Saga. We're going to get there. We're going to get the win right before the stream starts. The Pastos! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sure. We will decline back down to 7. Blood Tithe Harvester. Opponent doesn't have much mana. The deck is sweet. Our record hasn't been good, but I still think the deck's sweet. Opponent makes another Blood Tithe Harvester, which is pretty obnoxious. And going to kill a Gallagher. Sure. I'm actually not sure we win from here. Not convinced. We draw Ginny Faye. So we're at 7. Opponent has double reflection, which is a issue. Well, I guess we gotta kill the Blood Tithe Harvester, as bad as that feels. Sacking a treasure. Go to combat. Hit the ob. Yeah, we will turn the stream on once they start doing stuff. I'm sure they will be shortly. It takes them a little while to get warmed up with their starting soon thing. But we will. Hopefully we can win this game and then jump over there. We'll see. Early stream today for the Lord of the Rings spoilers. Have you ever thought about playing Historic Brawl on stream? We could definitely try it sometime. Wow, opponent's running a lot of Fable of the Mirror Breakers. Many Fable of the Mirror Breakers have been drawn. Opponent. Can we beat many Fable of the Mirror Breakers? Well, there's Ria Ivor. Yeah, play Ria. Play Ria, make some treasures. This is Ria Ivor's chance. I mean, would you like to see Historic Brawl on stream? Make a treasure. Go to combat. Target Mondrak. Swing. Let's see if our opponent blocks. If not, we are going to make some mites. Okay, this is fine. Opponent spends their treasure. I mean, we've played Historic Brawl on the YouTube. So we've definitely done content for it before. We've just never actually done a stream of it. All right, pass the turn. Opponent untaps, gets to loot. I can't believe our opponent's functioning with so few lands. Opponent. It is almost spoiler time. Opponent gonna copy the dork. Really? You're going for it? About it. Yeah, I mean, Fable is probably the strongest card in Standard, I guess. Opponent gonna go attacking. We could use a removal spell. A removal spell would be so helpful. Opponent attacks, makes a treasure. Opponent's trying to do something. I have no idea what. Okay. Go for the throat to kill the Ria Ivor, unfortunately. Well, we will kill the dork. Opponent loses the dork. We untap. Well, play a land. Play a Ginny Fae. Trigger the Gala Greeters. Make a treasure, but it's not actually a treasure. It is going to be some tapped cats. Oh no, the stream's starting. Counteract Gala Greeter. Gain 2 life. Go to combat. Attack you with Mondrak. Make your opponent do something. I mean, we're going to win this. Can we do it in time?
At the Lord of the Rings,
the stream
of Middle Earth. And
the stream is starting.
Honestly, like, I'm having trouble containing.
Okay, news is first. News is first. We might have the time. I think we have the time. Okay. Okay. Opponent goes 15.
This set is
we won't miss spoilers, I promise. We're tracking it. Can you hear the WotC stream?
One of which is me. And I'm just.
Can you actually hear the audio?
Getting to share all of this with you.
Opponent flips.
Couple notes right up front. This is a first look. For those of you who don't know what a first
we're
look
gonna
is, first
we're gonna
looks
see
are
if we can
our
close this out
opportunity
real quick, and then we'll switch.
Show a bit about the set to
Transmogrant's Crown.
your local game store so that they know what they're ordering. As a bonus, you all get to see stuff too. So we're a little bit ahead of the release, which is happening in a few months, but we want to give local game stores that first look.
Attacks to get a treasure.
Well. So we're going to see some cool stuff today. We're not really going to talk about mechanics.
We will mirror
with a little asterisk next to that. We'll see. We'll get to that. We're going to get to the good
stuff.
stuff.
Make a 3-1. Trigger.
Also, before we get started, and before
Make
I can no longer contain myself and just start talking about
counter.
I do want to let you all know that we have relaunched the Magic Story
And a post scoops it up.
podcast.
We did it.
So we did the Magic Story podcast years ago, around the time of Dominaria.
We were successful.
And it has been relaunched ahead
Spoiler
of
time.
one of our most consequential stories coming up, the March of the Machine story.
Wait, see, Ria Ivor, we proved you can win a game. It wasn't pretty.
Learn a little bit about what
we beat Triple Fable.
The Magic Story podcast is available now. You can head to dailymtg.com to find it, or you can find it on Spotify. Or
so how's the audio volume? You said Blake's got to go up a little.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with the set, if you haven't seen the
show us some sweet cards
or any of the bits that we've talked about,
show us some sweet cards.
Lord of the Rings, the Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle Earth is our first Universes Beyond booster release. And as such, it has been given so much care.
How much do you think they had to pay?
Really close with people at Middle Earth Enterprises.
I was wondering.
Craft this.
How much do you think they had to pay to use the IP?
Tokens, words.
Do you think it's pretty expensive?
We're so excited to bring it to you all. So we are going to kick things off by sharing a number of the characters who are part of this.
Show us a card. Show us a card.
We're going to talk about all of the components of this product, the product lineup. We're going to talk about a couple of promotions.
Louder still?
About promos, buy a box toppers, which are incredibly sweet. And we are just going to relish the flavor that is imbued throughout this set. Those of you who've seen me talk before, no, I don't talk this fast or this much unless I'm this excited. So
I'm oddly hyped for this,
and
even
of course,
though
we are going to start
even though it's not my
by
thing.
taking a look at Frodo.
Frodo,
Sauron's Bane. For one white mana, you get a 1/2 legendary creature, halfling.
1 mana, 1/2. This was one of the leaks. 2 mana, it becomes a 2/3 with lifelink. 3 mana, if it's a scout, it becomes a halfling rogue. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if that player loses a game, if the ring has tempted you for more.
Rogue. With whenever this
what is the
ring?
What is the ring? Yeah, the leaks are confirmed.
The ring has tempted you 4
what
or
is
more
the ring?
times. Otherwise, the ring.
So this card.
Yes, being tempted by the ring is a core mechanic of this set, and
this is a legendary.
We're not going to talk about what it means yet today. You will see it referenced in a few places.
They're not going to tell us what it does.
We're going to talk about the actual mechanics of that as we get closer to the set, but know that it is imbued throughout this set. And
I mean, how do we judge it without knowing what the ring is?
Each card tells a little story at a certain.
So I would say this card is. Without knowing what the ring is, I would say it's not very strong, like for Modern at least.
And then as the ring,
but maybe the ring
bears
mechanic
down on him,
is actually
as the
really
journey goes
strong,
on,
and we
he's
just
going
don't
to
know
tap
it.
on the rogue,
Well,
which
no,
gives you
so we
black
saw the
mana,
one ring, but this
imbuing
is something
him with
else. The
even
ring
more
tempted
power.
you 4 more times.
Now,
Like,
we of
there's some
course
other
have
mechanic that we
multiple
don't
different
know
versions of
about.
cards in this set. And so
Ooh.
let's go through what they are.
What do you
and
think of
the
this
concept
showcase?
for each of them? So there's
What is the
main set regular version on the left.
what does this have to do with Lord of the Rings? The sound symbol is very
showcase
Lord of the
ring
Ring-y.
treatment. So
Which
the
one would you
showcase
play?
ring
Which one would you
treatment
play?
Is meant to show characters when they're at a point of uncertainty. Often it involves being
point of
tempted by the ring,
uncertainty.
or wearing the ring, or handling the ring. Not all of them. We're going to see a couple cases today where
this is
are other moments of uncertainty.
This is a horrible question. What is the significance of the ring? Like, what's the actual deal? What's the deal with the ring? I know that's in the actual title of the book, but like, why does it matter? Because that's the whole point of Lord of the Rings, right?
Collections of cards that in that borderless treatment will create a scene. We're going to see one of those scenes
I know
today.
the ring.
When we first announced the
Duh.
set, we
It's like
released
it's like the best
scene,
card in
not the
Commander.
cards of the
Obviously.
Battle of Pelennor Fields, and this is from a scene that we're going to reveal here that shows.
It's
them
a symbol
at
of
Mount Doom.
temptation.
So we're going to show all 4 cards in that.
It makes you
scene
you get to live forever.
Now, of course,
oh, that's kind of a win.
Frodo can't go to Mount Doom,
Or is it?
Without
Do you want to live forever?
Sam.
Is that actually
Samwise
good?
the
Ooh, Sam.
Stout-Hearted.
Sam
This
the
is a legendary
Stout-Heart. 2
creature,
mana, 2/1,
halfling
legendary
peasant.
halfling peasant, flash.
Samwise the
When it
Stout-Hearted
ETBs,
costs
choose up to
1
one
and a
target
white
permanent card in your
mana
graveyard
is a
that was
2/1
put there from the
flash,
battlefield
and when
this turn.
Samwise the
Return it to
Stout-Hearted
your
enters the battlefield,
hand.
choose up to 1 target permanent card in your graveyard.
Then the ring tempts
that was
you.
put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to your hand, then the ring
How do we?
tempts
Oh,
you.
we need to know.
So
Sam
something I
does look
wanna
like the
point
movie,
out
doesn't
about
he?
this, you'll notice that Samwise here
So
is
this
an uncommon. Throughout this set, if you saw the
This
article
doesn't
yesterday
seem
on
bad.
IGN talking about Gandalf, there are
It
multiple
really-
versions
Oh, I wish I knew what
of
the ring did.
characters depicted at different points in the story. And there will be uncommon versions, rare versions, mythic versions. Not every character gets.
So like this card seems decent. Like 2/1 flash, return something and went to the graveyard to your hand. That's not bad. It really is going to depend on if the ring matters. Like that's the question. Without the ring mattering, I could see there being like specific decks that would maybe want this. It's kind of like a weird white Eternal Witness almost.
Samwise the Stout-Hearted.
But if the ring is actually good, it gets
There's
way better.
Showcase ring treatment, which shows him.
Do you think Kithkins are just dead? Like, do you think that Kithkins and Magic are halflings now, or do you think we'll see actual Kithkins again in the future? Yeah, not only did they not preview the mechanic, but they actually just said we're not previewing the mechanic. So, well, for now we just gotta guess at the ring thing. Maybe it's like a monarch type thing. Like that would make the most sense. Some sort of like pseudo monarch.
Seen in collector boosters as well. So
That art's pretty sweet.
The bundle scene is foil.
I like the showcase.
And note that in the bundle, normally there is 1 bundle promo. In this case, the bundle and the gift bundle will both have this scene. So we'll have all 4 cards. Every bundle will have
Return
all
to
4
Lord would be
cards,
sweet.
and we'll see the others today. Non-foils can be found in the collector booster of that.
I think that Kithkin are just magic halflings, basically.
All right, now also imbued throughout the set are the locations that we visit throughout the entire
Battles?
journey. And
Do we get a look at
I thought
battles?
Today we'd share the beginning of the journey and the end of the journey.
A battle?
So let's take a look at the Shire.
The
The
Shire.
Shire is a legendary land that enters the battlefield tapped.
Oh, that card is great. That card's very good. ETB's untapped if you have a legend. Tap stat green, and you can pay. Well, I don't know about very good. It's good though. Like if you're a food deck that has synergies for food, I think this is good. So if you care about food, it's good. Would I just play this in a generic deck? Kind of on the fence. Like the life gain from the food can be relevant against like Burn or other super aggro decks. Although you're essentially paying what, 5 to gain 3? That's a lot. You got to pay 2 and tap a creature and tap this and then sack the food for 2 more mana. Not bad though. Not bad.
There's some versions of
Also interesting to see legendary lands coming back. It was not that long ago that Wizards had this thing about not making legendary lands, but it seems like maybe that's just out the window.
Or Mythic Rare versions. We'll also have
Glad it's at rare.
versions as well.
You can see
So
Wizards
the
trying to
blue
stick that
version
at
of
Mythic
the
for
Shire
flavor
with
purposes.
different art on
Jax
the
Frosty!
idyllic
Welcome to the
landscape.
Fishbowl. That's a playable card, though. I can
All
see a
right,
modern deck
and
wanting
now
that.
the
Welcome to the Fishbowl.
polar
Big soup trivia. Thank you, thank you,
opposite
thank you.
of the Shire, we come to Mount Doom.
Mount Doom, legendary land. Pay a life, add a black or red. Pay 3, tap it, 1 damage to each opponent. Pay 7, tap it, sack it, and a legendary artifact. Choose up to 2 creatures, destroy the... What? That's a land that... Wow. That's actually, like, ridiculous. I mean, probably not for modern, but that's maybe a little in modern. That's a card. The question's going to be, how do you... So, Shadowsphere, you tutor up with Urza Saga. How do you get a legendary artifact on the battlefield? I'm sure this is supposed to be the ring thing, but, like... I mean, it's an 8-mana Wrath that's a land, though. It's just a dual land that has the upside of eventually being like, you're already getting a fine-ish dual land, like a pain land, essentially. So you're already getting a pain land, and then you get the upside that it can also possibly be a Wrath. I think that card's really good. I think it's very good in Commander. You got to build around it a little bit to get the legendary artifact, but I could see that potentially seeing Fringe Modern play. Gollum.
Plotter.
Patient
For 1 in the black, you
Plotter.
have a legendary creature, Halfling Horror. Gollum Patient Plotter is a 3/1.
Oh, it's another ring
And
tempts you
when Gollum
card.
Patient Plotter leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you again.
Seems so again, without knowing what the ring does, my precious. Without knowing what the ring does, I would say this is probably not good enough. So 2 mana, 3/1. Aggro stats. When it leaves the battlefield, it tempts you to get it back from your graveyard to your hand, pay 1 and sack a creature. That's asking wow.
In the center, living
Some
in
of
his cave
this looks
with
just like the movie,
ring
doesn't it? Isn't
for
this like
hundreds of years.
actually
And then on the
from
right
what it's been a
side,
long time since
we
I've seen the
have
movie, but this looks just like the
Gollum's
movie.
part in that Mount Doom.
I mean, I have seen the movies. That's why
And then if
I don't
you
really like
saw
them
the
that
article
much.
yesterday, this next
it not
one
look
is
like the
going
movie?
to look familiar. So Gandalf the
Gandalf the
Grey,
Grey.
was revealed by IGN yesterday.
Disappointing.
For 3 blue
Disappointing.
and a red legend.
Am I wrong to be disappointed in this, Gandalf? Like, will you play this card? Let's say you got a spell. You're not going to play it in Modern, I don't think. Let's say you're playing Spellslinger and Commander. Are you going to put Gandalf in your deck? Like, obviously, if you love Gandalf, you can play what you want, that type of thing. But, like, as far as power level or being good. Also, I don't know enough about Lord of the Rings. Gandalf the Grey is it card? that's kind I don't know the story. Maybe there's some justification for that, but it seems odd that it would be an is it card.
See, protecting the
He copies and untaps. That's insane. I mean, only once though. Like, the copying is nice. I think that's the most powerful mode, but it is only once. I guess you just play it and then try to cast an extra turn spell. I like that it cheats on the command tax. I think that's a big upside. Like, the fact that once you run out of abilities, you can put it on back on top of your library and recast it without paying the command tax. I think that's actually a big upgrade for Commander. I think it's basically 0% for Modern, but I guess in Commander the copying mode is decent.
So the multiple versions of Gandalf the Grey, that was also revealed.
Apparently there's more
yesterday.
Gandalfs
Missed
coming
it.
too that we haven't seen
There's
yet.
going to be a Gandalf, Friend of the Shire. There's going to be a Gandalf the White.
Gandalf the White is probably
and
the
then
one
maybe a
that's...
version
I think that's going to be a
as
Planeswalker.
well. Now, the other thing this set does really well, besides the characters and locations, is important moments
Ooh.
throughout the set. And so that's why I wanted to leave
Okay.
with Gandalf here, because the next card
Okay.
is a really good example of that. So
You
this is a simple,
cannot
uncommon
pass.
trick, but it's you cannot
1 mana
pass.
instant destroy
For a
target
single
creature
white
that's
instant,
blocked
destroy
or
target
was
creature that
blocked by
blocked or
legendary
was
creatures
blocked
this
by a
turn.
legendary creature this turn.
Destroy
And we
target.
see a more action-heavy
Ooh.
scene between Gandalf and the
Is this
Balrog.
good? I mean, 1 mana is about as cheap as it gets.
I just almost got into lore of the Maiar. I'm not going to do that. We're going to keep going. I've been
None-
listening to
none
a lot of
shall
Lord of the Rings
pass.
podcasts lately because I'm excited.
I could
but this
see,
set is-
like, In a Legendary Matters Commander deck, that seems good.
Dripping with flavor. But it is worth noting that this set is legal in Modern, and while this set is not Modern Horizons in terms of power level, we do have some interesting new additions to that format, like our next card.
Modern card.
I've been asking for in some form or fashion for a while. So this is Reprieve. Whoa! For 1 and a white instant, return target spell.
Whoa. That's remand. That's a remand. That's a white remand. That's a white remand. That's literally white remand, isn't it? Wait. Return target spell to its owner's hand. Counter target spell. If it was countered this way, put it in its owner's hand. I mean, it's actually better than remand because it doesn't say counter, so it gets around uncounterable stuff. So it's actually a upgraded. It's actually a upgraded white remand. Remand goes back to the hand too. Yeah, it's a strictly better. Ooh.
Now, when I
that's
started
huge.
getting excited about this set, it was.
I'm actually hyped for that. I like white getting more white feeling counters. That card's very good.
And I was like, hey, is this character
Mana Tithe into that,
absolutely.
into Lapse of
Check it out.
Certainty?
Here it is.
We got a stew going. We got a stew. Mono white counter spell stew.
I've been listening to podcasts.
Oh, that card's really sweet.
About this character, and I couldn't not put it in.
It is weird in white, isn't it?
Excited to
being a white like bouncy counter spell, but
Tom Bombadil. Tom Bombadil for
Tom
white,
Bombadil.
blue, black,
Tom
red, and green.
Bombadil. 5 mana legendary God Bard. Oh, that name, even just the creature type is sweet. 4/4. As long as there are 4 or more lore counters among sagas you control, it has hexproof and indestructible. When the final chapter of a saga you control resolves, reveal cards from the top of your library till you reveal a saga. Put that card on the battlefield, the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. This ability only triggers once each turn. That card is sweet. That is the Saga Commander. Like I've seen people playing
and the rest
Goshen
on the bottom of
Tai.
your library in a random order. This ability triggers only once.
I've seen people
each
playing
turn.
Goshen Tai.
It is a
Of
Saga
Life's Origins.
Commander. It is a storyteller. It is Tom Bombadil.
That card's sweet. I've seen people playing Goshen Tai of Life's Origins as a Saga commander because there's not another option. This is like the perfect Saga commander. It protects itself. It's a huge payoff. Throw in some proliferate to speed it up. Keep getting him out of your deck. I will build a commander deck around this. I will build a commander deck around this card. That is a really cool commander.
He puts it on. He doesn't turn it.
I wonder I wonder if we can do an against the odds of this in Modern. Can we do 5-color sagas in Modern? It probably wouldn't be good, but it would probably be fun. Like, oh boy, you could really churn with Proliferate. You could really churn through sagas.
I'm so stoked we were able to get into.
And like the name is just Tom Bombadil. Tom Bombadil.
Tom
Bombadil. The name's just fun to say.
Tom Bombadil for so long. We do have to keep
that card's super
doing
sweet.
More cards. Let's keep doing some more cards. So there are going to be 4 commander decks released with this set. And we're not releasing the face cards today because a lot of them contain mechanics.
They're trying really hard not to give us too much information.
2 examples of cards that are not the face cards but are really cool to show again.
So commander
the flavor is just throughout these commander decks, and you're going to be able to play these commander decks and tell a story. As it were, a tale of Middle Earth.
A very long, boring story.
One of the first cards I have from the commander decks to show you is Sam, Loyal Attendant.
Loyal.
1 a green and a white for a legendary
partner
creature.
with Frodo. That's cute. 3 mana, 2/4. Partners with Frodo. At the beginning of combat in your turn, make a food. Activated abilities of foods you control cost 1 less to activate. What? What foods do we have with activated abilities?
Sam and Frodo partnering to go on an adventure.
Is the ring
in
of
this
food?
Case, Sam, Loyal Attendant.
No, they haven't told us what the
of
ring
combat
thing
on
is
your
yet,
turn,
and
a
they said
food
they're not
token.
going
Of course,
to.
Sam creates a food token. And then activated abilities of
Ginger
food
Brew
you control
is free to
cost
activate.
1 less to activate.
Now I gotta look up food.
Sam and Frodo partnering to go on an adventure here. That version you
What
see on the
activated
right
abilities
is the
are there?
extended version, so the new commander cards will have extended
The partner
versions
with
in
here are
collector
the
boosters as
foods.
well.
You can ginger brew to gain life
maybe
for 1
second to
less.
Tom Bombadil is my next
Gold
favorite
Eye,
character in
or
Lord
Golden
of the Rings,
Egg
which is again
for
why I
less.
pick it.
Yeah, there's not much.
We're gonna see the commander version of
There must be a
Radagast,
bunch in the
Wizard.
Ooh.
of the Wilds. So
Radagast,
Radagast is 2,
Wizard
a green
of
and a
the Wilds. 4 mana Simic 3/5 Avatar Wizard. Ward 1. Beasts and birds you control have Ward 1. Whenever you cast a spell mana value 5 or greater, make a 3/3 beast or make a 2/2 bird. Oh, that seems really good with the Taunos, birds and beast things.
Token, or create a 2/2 blue bird creature token with flying.
Cracking your
Radagast,
food
those
for
who
one
don't
last
know,
doesn't sound
is
impressive
one
to
of
me.
the,
That
very
doesn't seem like much of a
Gandalf
payoff.
or
Like,
Sauron.
oh, I get to gain my life a little
He is
faster.
All about the beasts and the birds. All about
Rad
So,
Agast.
love Radagast.
Rad.
Radagast is going to be
He's rad
in
and
one
aghast.
of the commander decks. All right.
Yeah,
Now,
5 or greater
we're
might be
gonna
too much
talk
of a
little bit about a
restriction.
card that you might have seen
Oh.
yesterday as well. So
Oh.
we had to
Oh, the
of
One
course,
Ring.
lead
All
with
right.
the One Ring.
Sure.
But there's more to it than just this. So this
Yeah.
is the One
Okay,
Ring.
there's
If
more
you haven't
to
seen
it.
it costs 4 mana. It is a legendary artifact.
We need to know this ring
indestructible,
mechanic,
and
Blake.
when
Tell us
One
the ring
enters
mechanic.
battlefield. If you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each.
I bet we get
burden
some more
counter
food
on the
for
One
some
Ring.
more food
Tap,
synergies in the
put a
set.
burden counter on the One Ring.
This
Draw a
card I think is a
for each
good
burden
commander
counter
card.
on the One
I like
Ring.
it.
Now, one of my favorite
If you
comments
struggle
when
to draw
this was
cards.
revealed yesterday was someone remarking that there was no writing on this ring. And that was absolutely on purpose because there are multiple versions of the
Okay.
One Ring, oddly enough, sort of ironically, although we'll get to that in 1 second.
What?
So let's take a look at
so
the
confused.
variations of the One Ring.
Okay.
So you will see the
So
extended
this one has
version.
Oh, so if you
right
want
there.
if you want the writing, you got to
So
buy
that
the
is the
collector
booster
booster.
version. And then the One Ring. From the
It costs
Mount
more to
Doom
put the
scene.
writing on
So
there.
Again, you can get the
That's
One
more
Ring in
that's more
the
work.
bundle
You got to pay
or
extra.
gift bundle as part of this scene, and that scene version will also.
Those
be
are some
collector
gnarly
boosters.
fingers. Clip your nails,
And
dude.
there's another wrinkle to the One Ring we're going to get to in a moment. We also have the Mount Doom bundle promo
Mount
borderless scene
Doom.
as a whole.
Bundle promo.
So this is what
Oh,
the
look!
4 cards together.
There's the
look like.
okay. Oh, that's kind of cool.
And then actually we can show you the whole scene without the text
That's-
on top of it.
that's
as well,
pretty
which is
sweet.
Pretty cool.
Okay, that's actually really cool. That's pretty cool how they all fit together.
We
the
are not done talking about
panorama.
the One Ring. We are going to get to more about the One Ring in a moment.
That's actually really neat.
No,
Yeah.
that moment is now. That moment is now. So
right, tell us about the ring, Blake.
The One Ring. We do in this set have a couple sets of serialized rings. So for those of you less familiar with the lore,
Are we gonna
there
have
is the One
serialized
Ring, but there
Soul
are
Ring?
other rings in the set as well. There are 3 rings for elves. I could just read the poem, but there are
so
7
confused.
rings for the dwarf lords in their halls of stone. I'm paraphrasing at this
Oh,
point.
God, there's a lot of
And then there were
rings.
9 for mortal men. That's how the Nazgul came about.
Whew. Okay, so there's rings for days.
What we did in this set is there are serialized versions of the Elven Ring, of the Dwarf Lord rings, and of the Mortal Men rings.
Translate.
These you see here. So
Translate.
these are soul rings.
Oh, they're soul
Now,
rings.
the text in them is Quenya, which is the Elvish tongue.
Quenya.
And in each of these, they each have the same flavor
Those
text.
cards are going to be.
And that flavor
they're going to
text
be
is the poem 3 rings for
expensive.
the Elven Kings under the sky.
Like 1 in
7 for the Dwarf
300
Lords in
soul
their halls of
ring.
Stone, 9 for
That's
mortal men,
those cards are
doomed
going to be
die,
so expensive.
1 for the Dark Lord in his dark throne.
These are
in
the
land
these are
of
the opens that you
where
want. These are the
shadows
opens you want.
lie.
They're going to
Now,
be. I
there
bet these are 2K plus.
serialized versions and non-serialized versions. Now, notice on here,
God.
the one of
Okay.
300, one of 700, one of 900.
Wait, oh, they
Those
all-
are to speak to the fact that there are 3 rings for the Elven King. So
Even
that's
this.
the Elven
Wow.
ring
So
of
these
their-
are
which
limited
there are
as
300.
well.
So there are double serialized.
even
which have
the-
300 total.
Even the ones
And then
without the
there's
number
non-foil,
are still
non-serialized.
are
Again,
still
the Elven rings, there are 3,000
are still
of those,
limited.
again, with playing off that 3. For the Dwarven Soul Rings, that's center
Oh, those
one,
are-
there are
yeah, I wonder how you're gonna get 'em. I guess
7,000
collector's
non-foil,
boosters?
non-serialized, and 700 double rainbow foil
It's so
serialized.
This is getting so
And then
complicated.
for
Can be
the
found only in
9
collector
for mortal men
boosters.
doomed to die. 9,000
Alright.
non-foil, non-serialized.
That's not-
and
that's not a ton.
900
That's not a
Double
ton.
rainbow foil.
So these are going to be
serialized.
super scarce and super expensive. But if
The-
you open
These
one, you
rings
kind of
can
win the
only
lotto.
be found in collector boosters, which come in the languages you see at the bottom: English, German, French, Chinese Simplified, and Japanese.
Maybe this is why the boosters are so expensive. Your chance of getting a probably, I don't know, how much do you think the 1 in 300 will be?
Serialize the One Ring.
I bet it's at least, so the best of the 1 in 500 cards were like $2,000.
Is a traditional foil card printed in the Black Speech of Sauron.
They did it.
It can only be found in a single English language, the Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth collector booster.
50 grand. I bet.
This is, for
one
a game piece,
of
this
one.
is mechanically the same as the One Ring that you can get in the main set.
We have never seen this before. This is the first time they have done a one-of-one card.
Of that poem. One ring to rule them all, one ring to find them.
You know what I hope?
You know what I hope?
I hope digital render, not the actual card. You know what I hope? I hope that some like casual player is like going through the checkout line at Walmart and they buy a collector booster and they open this card and just like put it in their kitchen table like commander deck, play it unsleeved, no one even knows that it was ever opened, and just like 30 years from now they sell their collection or something and someone's like, oh my god, that's got to be like a $50,000 card. Like,
they are all, again, these are all mechanically unique.
I mean, we know what's coming. We talked about this like 2 years ago. We're getting close to the Mark Rosewater's. Yeah, you got to throw in a volcano, right?
Amazing aspects to them.
Mark Rosewater's fingernail clippings.
Alt art promo version. Cannot be found in a booster bag. It can be found in every bundle or
honestly,
bundle, and then it will be in some collector boosters.
I'm fine with Wizards monetizing like this. The only, like, if you want to argue that it's scummy in any way, I guess it's like you could see someone with a gambling problem like spend all their money trying to get the one-of-one like ring, but there's a lot of ways you can do that if that's an issue that you have. This seems like a good way to monetize it. The one in the pack's going to be worth $5 or whatever. This one's going to be worth $50,000 or whatever. I mean, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Language collector booster somewhere in the world. That collector booster could be found in a gift bundle.
I'm gonna have to order some collector boosters.
Bundle, you could get the collector booster that has the one-of-one ring in it.
Okay, question.
But we really could not pass up this incredibly flavorful serialization.
With all the printing errors in cards and dumps that we've seen, what are the chances that it never made it to the pack and there was some sort of mistake?
Let's move on. I went a little bit out.
I don't think Sol Ring's legality is going to change because of that, I'm pretty sure.
Now, if you were also paying attention,
there's no way they're going to make it modern
5
legal.
Map lands. So
if they were, then I guess it would be. I guess it would be banned.
Earth. We have the additional 5, so there are 10 total. We're going to show those off. I will say these are not meant to form any sort of larger map. Don't try to piece these together.
The lands look sweet.
They are,
although like they're
cool
pretty green looking.
They
like this plains looks pretty green. Like I guess it's just how the map looks, but the colors don't really come through. But the art, I like the art.
You can actually trace maps of the journey.
I do too.
It's amazing. So
I wish the colors stood out a little more on the plains and the swamp, especially. The islands and mountains are pretty obvious, but the lightness of the swamp and plains, they look very similar.
A set of box toppers we are calling Realms and Relics. So Realms and Relics are going to be both places and objects from throughout.
Wow, they are going all out with this set.
And the Lord of the
This
Rings.
set's going to be huge.
And these are going to be, you'll get one for every box. So they'll come in any box.
That's a box topper.
They are going to be technically part of the commander set. So they will not change legality. Which you'll see will be important in a moment since this is a modern legal release. Not all of these cards are modern cards, but you will get one of these box toppers with every purchase of a box. And they will also be available
Blake,
in
show us a box topper.
Well,
that's very good.
But let's take a look at some of these fancy cards. This is the party tree, also known as the Great Henge. So this is should be a familiar card, but
that's a good reprint. That's like a $60 card.
Excellent to cast.
The two names thing, I don't know. I guess I'm adjusting to it. Have you all adjusted? Have you all adjusted to the cards having multiple names? Like, that's a sweet looking Great Henge. The two name thing, it's becoming more normalized. I don't know the lore about the party tree, but I'm glad we're getting more Great Henges printed.
Commander set symbol. indicating
Like, and that's
that
a
it
bonus.
is part of
Like, you get
that
one for buying a
release
box,
and
which is
does
sweet.
not change legality. Now, the Great Henge is already
Party
modern
time.
legal.
It is party time.
The next one we're going to see is
Welcome
also
to the
modern
Fishbowl.
legal, but
Thank you
is super
so
cool,
much
and
for your
someone in the
subscription. Big
comments
super
called
for
it
you.
out
Thank you, thank you,
earlier.
thank you.
Let's take a look at where it is. There
There
it is. The Bridge of
Ooh,
Khazad-dûm.
Ensnaring Bridge. I
which
do love
is
Ensnaring Bridge.
So for 3 mana, you get an artifact.
I like the
inscription
art
card
on
greater
that.
than the number of cards in your hand.
The
Can't
name,
attack.
no, whatever,
Again,
but
for those
that's a very good
unfamiliar
Ensnaring
with
Bridge
Lord of the
art.
Rings,
Like,
this
look how
is
narrow
the
that bridge
scene
looks.
of that famous
That looks
Gandalf
frightening.
and Balrog fight, where the rest of the Fellowship had to.
I don't like how when I'm using deck building sites, I can't find my Triumph of the Horde because it automatically put the Fortnite version, which is sorted separately. That's a good point. It has been challenging to figure out how to like list all those cards.
Single file, so incredibly flavorful and perfect.
I don't know how much.
Yeah, this has been.
I don't know how much of an impact this is going to have on prices. I don't think we've seen box toppers have a huge impact. So I don't think we're going to see Great Henge like crash because of
The
that.
list of box toppers. We'll reveal the box toppers when we get to previews. But we wanted to give an example.
wait,
of a
does
card
this
that
mean
was
it's coming
not
to
modern
Arena?
legal.
Wait,
Sure,
no.
not all of these are intended for modern. And that's okay because our next one is Valley of Gorgoth, also known as Wasteland.
There's these.
So you
wait,
can
no.
tap to add a colorless mana.
Are these coming to Arena? Does this mean we're gonna have Wasteland in Historic? Oh, that would be ridiculous. Ensnaring Bridge and Wasteland in Historic. That would get me into playing a lot of Historic if I could Wasteland and Ensnaring Bridge.
So you can see in the bottom there, if you don't notice it right away.
They're not
that
coming
is
to Arena.
Frodo and Sam. in
Wait,
the
are they
art,
not? Let me look this
wandering
up.
through the Valley of Gorgoth, headed towards Mount Doom.
I mean, it's got to be coming to Magic Online, right? It's got to be.
All right. Next,
So
up,
the
we're
set
going
is
to
being
take a look
released
at,
on Arena,
some
but that
of
doesn't mean the box
product lineup.
toppers
We
are
do
going to
have
be on
a couple
Arena.
more preview cards to show. We're not quite done yet, but let's take a look at the product lineup.
Yeah, so I guess
It
we
is
don't know.
a relatively normal product lineup. We have draft boosters, we have set boosters, we have collector boosters.
Jumpstart.
We have pre-release packs.
4
we have
commander
starter kit,
decks,
and
pre-release
yes, you don't have to
boxes.
freeze and enhance on the
Starter
cards in the
kit.
starter kit. We're going to show those in a moment. The bundle gift edition and then the regular bundle are there.
I
in
mean,
the
they're that's a
lower
full
left.
set
We'll talk a bit about
release.
more the contents of those as we get a little bit closer. But we wanted people to know that there
So-
are 2 of those. And then Jumpstart boosters. And there
Now
will
that we've
be
seen a lot of
4
these
commander
cards.
decks. We're going to take a closer look at the commander decks. We're not going to reveal the face.
Hype
cards. We'll talk
level-
A little bit about the characters.
Hype
and
level
some of
up
the
or down,
themes.
you
So
think?
let's take a look at the first one. So this is the Riders of Rohan.
There's no spoiler
It's a
there,
white,
Blake.
Red, blue deck.
Collector boosters,
Centered around
sample
the
pack.
Riders of Rohan. You'll notice that
2
it does
legendary
include the
traditional
collector
foils.
booster sample pack. The 2 legendary traditional foils are going to be
Welcome to the
face cards.
Fishbowl. Thank you so
secondary
much for your
characters.
subscription.
So,
Big super for you. Thank you. Hype sustained, hype down, hype is real. Same hype. Hype at a freezing point. I don't care about 90% of the
We
cards
have
so
Food and
far.
Fellowship. This will be the deck where Sam and Frodo. Now you'll notice Sam was
I don't know why they're
like
showing
blue
these off.
and
Like,
black
without
in
the
this set as
cards,
well,
it just
so there's a little bit of darkness to Frodo.
doesn't
But this will be
mean
a food-focused
much.
deck with Sam and Frodo leading the way.
What have we seen that's actually good?
Next up,
Like,
Elven Council. Blue,
what is
green,
playable?
focused on the Elven Council. There will be a scribe.
Tom
sub-theme
Bombadil
to
seems like a
this one,
really
and
super
it'll
fun
focus
card. That might be
on
my favorite
characters
card from
like
the day.
Elrond and
Reprieve.
others who
That's kind of
lead
like
the elves.
shocking. Like, I'm just
then
blown away that they
finally,
actually printed that
The
card.
4th deck, and of course we could not have one
The
without
lands,
Sauron leading the way. The host
I think
of Mordor
are pretty
It is
sweet.
a
Those
red,
are
black,
those are
blue
up there
deck,
as far as the
and
best cards.
Sauron the something.
Some
will
of these
be
cards are hard to evaluate
face
without
card
knowing what
of
the
this
ring
commander
tempting
deck.
you mechanic is.
There are a couple more things real quick.
Raga
So there will be a
Gas
buy a box
seems kinda
promo,
meh.
which is adorable.
I feel like you
it is
should
a
I
Lorien
should have been able to
Bridge,
trigger
which
at a
is
lower
illustrated
mana value.
Field
Like
Rangers boots.
cast a
Quick
spell
features
with
and non-mana
mana value
box,
5 or
quick two.
greater. That's
The
a
Lorien
lot.
Bridge
That's
is,
a
of
big
course, very
restriction.
useful item that the elves hand out.
Ooh, Trailblazers
then
boots buy
finally-
a box promo.
The 2 face cards
Okay.
from the starter commander.
All right, what are our starter?
starter
Oh,
deck.
that's what. Okay, we saw
There
this
we
as
go.
one of the leagues.
Aragorn and
Sauron.
Arwen Red, 4 a green and a white legendary.
The
creature, human, elf,
lidless
noble,
eye.
vigilant.
5 mana, 4/4 Avatar Horror. When it enters a battlefield, gain control of target creature an opponent controls until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste until end of turn. Pay 3, creatures you control get +2/+0. Each opponent loses 2 life. I mean, for being a starter deck card, that's not bad. It's not good. I mean, 5 mana 4/4 ETB threaten, and then you can pump. For being a starter deck card, that's actually pretty powerful. Hey, what's up, Dylan Hunter? How are you? Argon seems very bad. 6 mana, 3/6 vigilance. When an ETBs your attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each other creature you control. You gain 1 life for each creature you control. I mean, I guess bad's probably not the right word, but it's expensive. That's a lot of mana to get going.
Life.
So these are from the starter pack. So it's a modern legal set. But some of the cards are for Commander, and there are Commander precons.
Which is not a ton at a first look.
Oh.
Next up, we have... so there is going to be a celebration event.
Oh.
The Magic
I feel like
celebration event is something
we're getting past the good stuff. We're getting to the end.
Big special celebration.
Yeah, Convoke would have made Argon a lot better.
We're going to have more information on that coming soon.
There's definitely a lot of Commander-focused stuff in this set, Seagull. All right,
So,
MagicCon, Lord of the Rings. So May,
wow, Lord of the Rings there.
That is
show up to find
that
out.
is a while
May 30th,
away.
The Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle Earth debut and previews
May 30th.
We'll start.
Wait, what is
previews
today's?
On May 30th through June 9th.
What is today's day?
June 8th
March. So we're looking March, April,
and do most of
so
the
we're like
cards. We'll have
two and a
Commander previews before then.
2.5 months
gallery will be June
away
9th.
from spoilers.
And then June
it's gonna be a
16th
minute.
to
It's gonna be a minute.
22nd is in-store pre-release events. June 20th is when MTG Arena will have the digital release. June 23rd will be the global tabletop release. June 23rd through 25th will be those launch party events.
I mean, so we got a ways to wait. We still gotta. The weird thing about these early spoilers, and I get they explained it on the stream. They want to do it for vendors. Vendors need to know about what's coming in the future, the dates on stuff. The weird thing is though. Shouldn't we be getting hyped for March of the Machines, which spoiler starts in like 2 weeks? It's so these early, I guess it's better. I would rather have it happen now before we're in the middle of March of the Machines spoilers than like we're in the middle of March of the Machines spoilers. And it's like, hey, here's a day dedicated to Lord of the Rings. So I guess if we got to do it 3 months ahead or whatever, 2.5 months ahead, so vendors can actually get their orders in or whatever they got to do, I guess this is the best time to do it. It still is. Super far in the future, though. Yeah, I mean, that's a thing. I guess it's got to partly be to hype the community as well, right? Or else you could just send the vendors some document.
We got through all of this stuff.
That's it.
I don't know about you, but I have been a fan of Lord of the Rings. I always tell people I am enough of a fan of Lord of the Rings that I have read the Silmarillion, but not necessarily a big enough one that I've remembered all of it.
Okay,
and
so
this set is just
so that's what we
I'm
get.
super excited.
That's our info.
I will try to answer whatever questions I can. I will note that there is an article going up on Daily MTG.
All right, so let's talk about these cards. So what do we learn? What do we learn about Lord of the Rings? The power level doesn't seem broken. The power level doesn't seem broken, which I think is a positive. And they actually said that on the stream. They said on the stream, this isn't a Modern Horizon set. The goal isn't to have all these cards come in and break Modern. Although they also said, we do have cards. Soul Ring's not. There is 0% chance that it's Modern legal.
There are bits and pieces from other places, but it's very, as you saw with cards
I don't even want to ask the question because I just know there's like literally a 0% chance. It's banned in Legacy. It's banned in Legacy. It's only in the promo slot rather than in the main set. So I'm very, 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 very like 100% sure that it is not legal in Modern. Wizards does some wild stuff, but there is literally no chance that they're letting people tutor up Soul Ring with their Saga. Like that is, all right, I will ask that one. That one, there's actually a chance that the box toppers could come to Arena.
So people asking about news about other products. We're focused on Lord of the Rings today, so I don't have any news on anything not Lord of the Rings.
I don't know what the odds are that
is there going to be a Strider card of Aragorn? So I'm not going to say yes or no, but I'll answer the sort of gist of that question by answering it another way. There are various versions of characters throughout all of this. So
I don't know if we're going to get much good information from this question and answer.
That's actually called Smeagol.
Someone asked the Soul Ring question.
You're going to see characters
Someone did put it in there.
The journey of
There's just
Lord
no
of the
way.
Rings,
There's no way.
And that goes for a bunch of different characters. So
Box toppers are in the commander set, not the regular set, so they aren't going to arena.
Stages.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
Of Aragorn and Arwen Wed, there are, of course, versions of Aragorn before he's king, when he's a ranger, etc., etc. Are there any planeswalkers in this?
Why are people
Great
asking
question,
about fetch
because,
lands?
That is not, there aren't any planeswalkers in the ring. So the answer is no. There are no planeswalkers in the set.
Ooh, no planeswalkers. Interesting.
Yes, this set is coming to Arena. All of the cards will be playable in Arena in Alchemy and Historic.
I don't know if that was in response to my question.
Wallpapers on the website.
I assume that was not our question.
We do release wallpapers fairly regularly, but
no walkers is surprising.
Sure. We'll know more once we get.
I figured Gandalf would be a planeswalker.
Are there any major returning mechanics from normal Magic? Well, yes. I mean, the set is strewn with them. So, for example, you saw food. Food is one such mechanic that is coming back.
Okay, that makes sense.
When is the Mitgo release for the set? I believe it is the same as the Arena release. That is the digital release.
So it is coming to Moto and Arena, although no confirmation about the box toppers. I don't think the box toppers are
limited
coming.
Or just the serialized one. So the if you're talking specifically about the Elven, Dwarven, and Human versions,
I don't think those special
the
soul
rings
rings actually count as being in the set. I think they're just like products are so confusing these days. Like, it is so confusing. What is where, what is legal, why things go where. Anyway, okay, I think you can go over and watch the rest of the WotC stream if you're interested.
Are soul rings
I don't think we're gonna get really anything else from Blake at the moment. So to wrap up these cards before I make a spoiler video, as far as competitive stuff, no, he explicitly said they're not explaining that until the set is closer to release. So we're not going to know, we're not going to be able to evaluate any of the ring temps use stuff, because not only did they not tell us, they said they're intentionally not telling us and not going to tell us until closer to the release date. So what do we find out today? Like, the power level of the set seems medium overall. There's some really cool cards, but it's not a Modern Horizons. I think the biggest modern impact by far is Reprieve. Remand isn't like super top tier in modern at the moment. It's kind of faded off, but this is a better Reprieve, and it's a mono white, which is huge. This is immediately the best mono white counter spell. As much as it pains me to say that because I love my Mana Ties, this card is really, really good. I think this card is going to have an impact in Modern and in Commander. The lands are really good. The ring stuff, we just got to wait and see. Like, none of this seems broken to me. Even let's say that Frodo, let's say the ring mechanic is very strong. I'm still not sure how strong the card is. Like, it upgrades into a 2/3. So for 3 mana, you get a 2/3, and if you hit your opponent win it, you can win the game, or that player loses the game. I guess you got to pay 3 more to actually upgrade it to the Scout. So it's 6 mana for that ability. You got to be able to attack with a 2/3. So even if the ring mechanic is strong, it's hard for me to imagine this being more than like an against odds card in Modern. The set is Modern legal. Mostly. The set's Modern legal. The box toppers aren't, and the Commander cards are not. But the set itself is Modern legal, and it's going to be Alchemy Historic legal on Magic Arena. The other big thing is their Soul Ring thing. Just these like ridiculous, super scarce, super expensive. The one of one, the one ring, which I guess is flavorful since it's the one ring. It is literally the only ring. So I don't know. What do you think? What is your number one card? What is your number one card? What do you think of this set overall? Like, where are you at with Lord of the Rings? I gotta say, I'm a little relieved. I think that's the word I would use. I think the set seems sweet. And even though I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, it seems very flavorful, which I like. However, I'm glad it's not trying to break Modern. I was a little worried that this would be Modern Horizons, but with Lord of the Rings stuff, and I don't want more Modern Horizons pushed the way the last one was in Modern. Like, I think sets that are pushed that hard are a bad thing, so I'm glad that that's not what they're going for. I'm glad that this is going to be like a super fun, super flavorful card with some reprieves or whatever set in Modern, and it's sneakily, and I don't know if this will continue through the set, but one of the things I was concerned about is reprintability. Like, if you print a Samwise or a Froyo that is busted and it's like a modern stable, can you reprint it? Like, do you have the rights to be able to reprint it because it's the Lord of the Rings IP? Can you just put it in every Masters set that you want to? I don't know if they can, but you notice the biggest modern card we've seen so far, Reprieve, that's pretty generic. There's no ownership of this by Lord of the Rings. Reprieve is just a random word. They can easily reprint Reprieve as many times as they want to, with whatever art they want to, with no concern. So I wonder if they actually are going to focus on doing that. Golem will break Modern. I mean, the current Golem doesn't seem that busted. The one that we got here, although again, like, we don't know what the ring tempts you is. If the ring tempting you is way stronger than we think, then maybe it does. I would say, and I'm gonna have to go do a spoiler video for the YouTube. So if you want to hear more about this, check out the YouTube in, I guess, a couple hours at this point. But I would say, favorite cards of the day, Modern Reprieve by far. Like, this is the one card that I actually think has a chance to have a big impact on Modern, outside of maybe the lands that we've seen today. And then Tom Bombadil, I think, is just the sweetest card we've seen so far. Like, that is my build around in Commander Saga 5-color legend. It's a god bard. It is everything that you want to see out of like a super sweet Commander. So if say Froyo in the video, dude, it'll be amazing. I mean, part of why I'm excited to make a spoiler video is I get to mispronounce some iconic names and make people probably a little salty. So that's on the to-do list. But anyway, everyone, that brings us to the end of our stream for today. I gotta go make the spoiler video for the YouTube. So reminders on the way out the door, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube, already talked about it. Tons of stuff coming up on there, so check it out if you were interested. One more reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. You even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook them up. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Y'all are amazing and awesome and spectacular. And I hope you have an amazing day. And yeah, we'll be back on Thursday to have some more fun. So until then, everyone, I love y'all and I will talk to you soon.